Where is he? Oh, there he is. Sorry, slight distraction there. Neil Barnard just coming through. Oh, in the Shell V-Power Lancer GT in front of the Shell V-Power sign. How very appropriate. So a wrong way round the circuit. He is going to cut a timing beam now. Our timing crew's over there. Just a final blast for the competitors who've had a very lengthy weekend. 21 of the 24 stages successfully run. Mr. Barnard continuing. The last set of results I had 45 cars still remaining eligible for overall classification. An attrition rate about average, really. We started 88 cars at the beginning of yesterday, and 45 remaining for overall, but there are another 20 or so that are in the Sunday Cup. So Neil Barnard completing a second lap, and my gut feeling is that he's now going to slam on the brakes and turn right into the normal pit entry, being careful of Mrs. Williams's grass. Well, nearly. For those of you who aren't familiar, among our overseas visitors, Bushy Park operates 6 times a year. The Barbados Auto Racing League runs the race meetings here and is also responsible for putting together the team from Barbados, which competes in the Caribbean Motor Racing Championship, the first round of which was last weekend, and there will be the second round of that here at Bushy Park at the Williams Industries International at the end of August. Circuit originally created and run by the Barbados Rally Club, which is nowadays the organiser in its 52nd year of Sol Rally Barbados. The circuit created in the early 1970s after one of those nights where you're all sitting around having a glass or two and somebody says, what we need in Barbados is a racetrack. And Busy Williams and Pat Gonzalez and one or two others, Colin Goodman I think was among them, were there one night and said, oh well, let's go and drive round this onion field just over here. And in Busy's strange old contraption, the name of which I can't remember, but it looked like a bed frame with an engine in it. They drove round, and the shape that you see in front of you, which for those of you who go circuit racing in Britain is a little bit like the Brandsat Short Circuit, is what we got. And we are underway with John Powell, who's the man who looks as though he is going to end up having finished third in Group N on Sol Rally Barbados. Is the first car to emerge from the pit exit, chased by Kenny Hall. Let's hope that his gearbox problems are going to be resolvable, because, well, let's hope they're not going to cause many problems. Three-wheeling through that right-hander is Kenny Hall, chased by James Betts. That's going to be an interesting little combination. In fact, here's John Powell onto the top straight, 2 wheels on the grass. Penty back in action in rallying, having missed a couple of seasons. Good to see him in action too. Very successful here in the past. He's lived in Barbados in the past as well. And even he's lifting. Oh dear, that's called understeer, John. That's when you're turning the wheel more than the car's turning. There's Mr. Betts. There he is. There's Kenny Hall behind him. Off on to the times lap. Then goes John Powell. Lifts off through that tight right-hander. Following Powell, just looking back to see where Kenny Hall is. Obviously being Scottish, saving on the rubber, so trying to avoid having all 4 wheels on the ground at the same time. Kenny Hall over there by the galvanised now. A little ball quite popular with certain competitors here at Bushy Park, where they race obviously in a clockwise rather than an anti-clockwise direction. John Powell coming now through these. He's going to understeer right off this time. Now he's got that one a little bit more tidy. As I said earlier on, there's this is not included within the timing for Sol Rally Barbados, but in order to be eligible as the overall finisher, you have to start the Super Special, and on top of that, there is an award for, very neat, JP. There is an award for the fastest man in each class, and that'll be the first sequence of awards which are handed out at the Sol Rally Barbados prize giving on tomorrow, bank holiday. Something to look forward to for all those of you who haven't seen very much sleep over the past couple of days, Mrs. Bradford and I included.